Hello, we're going to show you how to do the fly on the Roan trousers. So first you need to take your right leg as you will wear them. So this is your right leg. You're going to place your zip that you've opened, right sides down against the edge that you've overlocked. And then you need your fly guard and you're sandwiching the zip between the leg and the fly guard, and then you're going to pin it in place along there. Here it is, pinned in place. Now we're going to sew down here using the zipper foot as a guide. So I just had to stop and move the zip pull up. I lifted the foot up and shuffled it up because it got in the way, otherwise sometimes you get a funny stitch like that. So I'm just going to carry on down to the bottom. Secure it at the end. Just under the zip stop, you'll be able to feel it through the fabric or have a look there. You're going to snip into there but not through your stitching, so that when you flap that over, that goes that way and that goes a different way. So I've swapped my zipper foot over to the other side, and now we're going to top stitch down the edge here, stopping just at the end of the zip. Here's my top stitching. I'm doing it in green so you can see what I'm sewing, and also because I like green. Now you need the left leg of your Roans and the fly facing that, if you have an overlocker, you will have overlocked, or you can use a zigzag. Now I'm going to sew from the bottom, from 1 centimetre up from the bottom of the fly facing up to the top. Lift the foot up first before you do that. So this is the 1 centimetre seam allowance, so, and also 1 centimetre from the bottom all the way to the top. Oops. So next, snip from here up to the stitch line, so that when you turn this over, that little bit flaps over, and then turn it to the inside and press it. Now I've put one leg inside the other, right sides together. We're going to match up all the seams and the crotch seam, and then I'm going to pin it in place so that we can sew from just under the zip all the way around to the back. So this looks a bit odd like this, but that's the little flap that we're going to hold out the way, and you're going to stitch from the bottom of that stitching. Can you see that? All the way around the back with a 1 centimetre seam allowance. Next, I've turned them inside out. Open your fly guard there, holding the zip in place so the zip is closed. We're going to pin this to here, but only through the facing, not through the other layer of the trouser. So you're going to pin that in place so that you can sew down there. So here it is pinned in place, so it's just through that facing. Now you're going to sew along this edge. So I'm using my zipper foot as a guide for the width to use. Ow, just stabbed myself with a pin. Just got caught on the end of the zip. Making sure keep the facing out of the way. Fly guard, not facing, sorry. Ooh, just got caught on the top of the zip. So we've pinned the facing onto the leg. Now we're going to sew around the edge. This is your top stitching, so be careful that it doesn't go wonky, or use a colour that you don't see. My pin's in the wrong way around for me. So there's where I've sewn around, and then when we turn it to the right side, hopefully it looks nice and neat. And it does. So I've just done a bar tack there and then top stitched all the way around my crotch. Around to the back. Can you see? I hope you found this helpful. If you're still struggling, why don't you cut out a small section and practice a few times before you go into your nice